Okay, before I do any jokes, I want to be serious for a second. Can we address the elephant that's in the room here? I mean, can I be real for a moment? Can we talk about why we're really here tonight? I mean, do we really come from all over the country to Frederick, Maryland for some stand-up comedy, right? No. Let's talk about why we're really here, all right? And that's to have lots and lots of sex with people we just met on the internet, right? Digital booty calls. That's why I'm here. Tell me you're not here for the same thing, right? So why don't we just dispense with the stand-up comedy BS? Let's go back to the Comfort Inn and make it the most uncomfortable place to be in Frederick tonight. All right, who's with me, huh? Oh shit, I'm in over my head. To be honest, I really am out of my element here. Being in a bar, socializing with people. This isn't what I do on a Saturday night. Normally on a Saturday night, I'm home alone on my third hour of YouPorn, looking for that one video I haven't finished off 2 dozen times already. Man, it's a sad life. I swear to you, it's a problem. It's gotten to the point where I can name the porn actress just by the shape, size, and texture of her lady lips, if you know what I mean. It's an issue that I am dealing with. Man, it's gotten so bad. The other day, I was having a Boston cream donut, and I spilled a little bit of custard on my shirt. And instead of getting a napkin and cleaning it off like a normal human being, I started smearing it all over my chest. Oh, baby, yeah. Yeah, the daycare kicked me out and put a restraining order on me. I think they overreacted a little bit. But still, God bless YouPorn. Am I right? I mean, free internet pornography, that's like a fundamental human right, man. It should be in the freaking Constitution. I'm not kidding. I swear to you, tomorrow, hold a nationwide vote. Let's have a referendum. Let's let us choose between the right to freedom of assembly or the right to take care of your personal business on any computer or mobile device anytime you damn please, right? It wouldn't even be close. 99,999 to 1 for the right to take care of one's personal business, right? Americans don't want the right to bear arms. They want the right to beat off. Am I correct or what? Right? All right, I gotta tone it down a bit. I didn't come here to talk about porn, although I usually could for 10 hours or more. I'm somewhat of a subject matter expert. No, I came here to talk about one thing primarily, and that's my ex-wife. Yeah, F my ex-wife. Some of you may have. That's okay. I'm used to it. Hey, this is the obligatory part of any stand-up routine where I do a little audience survey. So, by a round of applause, how many of you here tonight are married? Round of applause. Who's married? Mazel tov. God bless, be fruitful, multiply, all that happy shit. All right. How many here are divorced and single? Round of applause. Hell yeah! Rock on! Freedom! All right. Next question. How many of you here have been divorced but got remarried? Round of applause. Interesting. All right, final question. How many of you here like to have red hot pokers shoved up your ass, huh? You see, that's funny. I would have thought those last 2 groups would have been the same, right? Why, after the pain and suffering of divorce, do we get married, right? Why do we do it? You take a 2-year-old toddler, wanders over to the stove. He can barely talk. He puts his hand on a hot stove. It burns, it stings, he cries. Mama comes over, puts some cream on it, some cold water, kisses his boo-boo, makes it better. Does he wander over to the stove a second time and put his hand on it thinking, this time it's going to be different? Hell no! Even a fully loaded diaper-wearing 2-year-old drooling idiot knows not to get burned a second time. So why do we do it? Why do we think that it's going to be a different result? You know why? The answer's simple. Because in the divorce, we never think it was our fault. It wasn't us, it was the other person, right? Bitch was crazy. Wasn't me. No, I was the sweet one. He was an asshole. Right? It's always the other person's fault. So after all that money, all that pain, all that suffering, why do we do it again? Right? Why do we go down that path? Now I can understand if you're a widow or a widower, your spouse has died. That's not your fault, unless it was, and that's a different story. Right? Why do we do it again? Why do we go through that shit a second time? Oh, we have an answer? Because I'm dying for it. Yeah, so I'm the asshole that went and did it a second time. I got married a second time, and I'm here divorced a second time. All right, hey! Let's hear it for me, Mr. Decision Maker. You know what my ex-wife said to me? She said, "You make me want to be a better person." And then the next day, she packed her shit and moved to Texas with a coworker of mine. True story, right? It's also awkward because my ex-wife works for the same company as I do. The worst fucking job performance review I'd ever gotten when she moved down to Texas like that. Man, that was last year. That was last year, man, and it happened. All of a sudden, one day, I was married and happy. The next day, I'm divorced and lonely, wandering around my kitchen, lost. I'm gonna make a tuna sandwich. I got the bread. I got the can of tuna. I opened the utensil drawer. Oh, the bitch took the can opener! She took the goddamn motherfucking can! Oh, there it is. I want some mayo. To the fridge. She took the mayo! It was horrible, man. I was an absolute mess. It was horrible. Sorry, my mind was wandering. I was just wondering if my ex-wife right now was having sex on the pile of cash I gave her in the divorce settlement. Wondering if those new $100 bills stick to her ass like the old ones did. But still, I was lonely, I was depressed. You see, for the most part, I had been married from the ages of 21 to 40. So I was kind of confused, you know, I'm 40 years old, I'm divorced a second time. What the hell am I going to do? And then a realization struck me. Something that changed my entire outlook on life. I realized a very important fact. I could have sex with someone besides myself. In fact, with two someones if I wanted to. I mean, hell, man, I have my own house, I have a good job, I've got nobody to report to. My mind went from sad and lonely to turning my house into a den of Roman orgies of Caligula proportions. I was like, oh yeah, man, this is going to be awesome. You see, the problem is, when you're newly divorced, every woman in the world suddenly seems very doable. Alright? I'm talking the elderly, I'm talking nuns, I'm talking cross-dressers even. I'm looking going, yeah, I was in a business meeting, and across from me sat this lady that worked there for 25 years. She was 60, 70 years old. She had poofy orange hair, she looked like a cheese puff. And I'm looking at her tits the whole meeting going, I think I could. There might be an opportunity here. Oh yeah. So, with that state of mind, I headed on out to the local bar to look for true love. Now, I had to go into Google Maps to find the local bar because I hadn't been out of the house in fucking 20 years. So I found the local bar and I walked over there. There's no true love to be found in the local bar, man. Just a bunch of other 40-year-old horny dudes with the same idea staring at each other. I was like, oh, no, not gonna happen. Then I caught wind that there was a swingers bar nearby. I was like, I'm gonna go check that out. So I go to the swingers club. There's no swings in a swingers club, man. Just a bunch of fat, naked people being gross. I was like, ah. So after 3 hours, I left that place. I said, okay, I need to rethink this. I need to strategize. So I sat down at home, and I'm gonna get my pencil and paper and notebook. I'm gonna make a checklist. Item number 1, I gotta get me some condoms, man. I gotta start with the safety first. Now, I hadn't had to wear condoms in 20 years. Didn't know where to get them. So I went to my doctor and said, can I get a prescription for some condoms? And he laughed my ass out of the doctor's office. I said, all right, that's not going to work. So I asked my son, 11 years old. I said, boy, got any condoms? He threw up. I was like, fine. So then I asked this nice lady I met one night on a street corner, and I said, do you have any protection, any condoms? Who knew asking for condoms was against the law nowadays? No clue whatsoever. So I was like, all right, scratch that. I'm going to have to go to where my strength is, the internet. That's where I'm comfortable. So I got me a Twitter account, right? I'm going to find true love on Twitter. So I immediately wanted to let the ladies know I was available. So I followed and added Scarlett Johansson, Jessica Biel, Hillary Rodham Clinton. I said, ladies! Remember, I just said about every lady looking attractive, right? Hillary. I said, ladies, I am available, but I got nowhere with that. So then I realized something very interesting. On Twitter, there's real ladies out there, just as messed up and twice divorced as I was. I was like, wow, that's wonderful. So yeah, I have to say, I met a special somebody on Twitter last year, and she's making her debut at her first Frederick Tweetup. She's this beautiful Southern gal. We met online, we connected. If I can introduce in Frederick, Maryland tonight, my Twitter crush, would you please stand? Yes, I got fucking catfished. But at least I'm man enough to stick with my choices. Alright, I'm man enough. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm in a long-distance relationship now. And being in a long-distance relationship introduces some strange lingo into your vocabulary. For example, I've now started talking in terms of the dick week. You know what the dick week is? It's a unit of measure that describes the amount of time that goes in between me getting laid. Alright? So, oh, when you two meeting up again? Another 3 dick weeks. Hey Bob, when are the Cowboys playing the Eagles? Oh, they're playing 2 dick weeks from now. Everything I think of is in terms of when am I getting laid next. But you know, you cannot explain, it's impossible to explain to somebody who's on the outside how you can meet and fall in love with somebody on Twitter without having met them in person first. People can't believe that you can fall in love with somebody just based on a personality and let the relationship grow from there. I tried it. Here's how it usually works. So, how did you two meet? Twitter. And they look at you. They look at you like you just told them you're a pedophile who went on Craigslist trolling for kindergartners. Right? They just don't understand, man. You know what? One time I actually did try to go into detail about Twitter and how I met her. Yeah, well, you see, I was subtweeting somebody else, but then she starred that tweet and added me. So then I retweeted her and then star-fucked her. But then I got into a Twitter feud with a bunch of Twitter elite over fan-star trophies. And then I got blocked and reported for spam by a bunch of asshole trolls. So I Twitter-sided. But then I reactivated an unprotected account. And then we started to kick each other. And then after 6 months, we took the next step. We became Facebook friends. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me tonight. 2012 was the worst year of my life, and thanks to you crazy fuckers on Twitter, 2013 was one of the best. So at this point, I'm now gonna go to my written notes because fuck, I memorized all that shit before. I'm not memorizing anything else. And just to make an observation, we like to make fun of porn stars, don't we? Like, we like to make fun of that because we don't understand it. We don't understand how normal people can go and do that on a daily basis. But lately, last couple of years, it's become a little more accepted. I mean, it started with Tommy Lee, Pamela Anderson with their tape, then you had Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian. Nowadays, man, everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing the dick pic, right? It's become so common, we hand out dick pics like we hand out business cards. Hey, sweetie, dick pic. Hey, Mr. Executive, interviewing me for a job, dick pic. Father O'Malley, dick pic. Happy birthday, Mom. It's just become too accepted to do that. Now, one thing I'm going to give, word of advice. You need to be prepared for when the dick pic goes astray. Alright, it'll happen. That one night, it could be tonight. You're loaded off your mind. You're back in your room looking in your mirror. You're thinking for the first time in your life. Ooh. You need to be prepared, everybody, for that eventuality. It will happen. So you need to have an excuse ready. And I have mine. So the other week when I sent mine to my mother, she called me up. I go, oh, Mom, it's okay. I meant to send that to Dr. Melvin, right? I have the sore. Did you see it? It was oozing really bad. Did you look close, Mom? She'll never look at it again, and you're safe to go. All right, that's my advice to you, everybody.
Coming up next, because I am Jewish, I get the honor of introducing our next comedian. I've kind of alluded to her tonight. Please welcome the amazing, religious, whatever, Sister Roberta.
Thank you, Mr. Harry. Good evening, boys and girls, Catholics and Jews, and all those in between. My name is Sister Roberta, and I am here to remind you of the poor choices you've made in life that have led you here tonight. I can see that some of you are surprised that I do not look like my AVI, but I have to confess a lot of you are a lot more homely than you appear in your AVIs. Yes, I'm a Catholic nun, and you know, Jesus loves you, but everyone else thinks you're an asshole. No, wait a minute, Jesus thinks you're an asshole too. I just got an update. Is that Sister Emma in the back? Would somebody please tell her those aren't rosary beads she's playing with? And tell her to wash her hands too. You know, Sister Emma, she's a strange bird. She's dyslexic. The other night, she prayed for hairy males instead of saying Hail Marys. It was really uncomfortable. I have one public service announcement. For those of you who were baptized at St. Mary's between 1971 and 1982, there was a minor defect with the baptismal font, and all of you are actually Jewish. Please see Father Flanagan for some corrective baptisms. Thank you. And speaking of church, last Sunday, somebody left 2 shits and a rat's ass in the collection baskets. And as much as we appreciate your giving, we need cash. We are the Catholic Church after all. Before I leave you this evening, I would like to give you a bit of wisdom. The Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away. And sometimes the Lord just hideth your shit behind the couch. So go look there. decide to follow me, just remember, I don't block, I fucking excommunicate.